Turn off the lights, or night begins.
Now, as if the darkness itself was pressing against his chest. His heart was pounding so loud. He was sure the road could hear it. "Emily?" His voice cracked. No response. Just the soft hum of the glowing repair shop. And the distant whisper of wind. That didn't sound like wind at all. Then, he saw them move. The shadows. 3 shadows stepped forward from behind the shop. They were tall. Too tall. Their movements were slow. Unnatural. Like they were learning how to walk for the first time. Daniel took a step back. His foot hit something soft. He looked down. It was Mia's pink jacket. His stomach dropped. "Please," he whispered. "Please, this isn't funny." The shadows stopped. And then, they spoke. "Daddy." Daniel's breath caught in his throat. That voice. It was Mia's. But wrong. Too flat. Too calm. The shadows moved closer. And the light from the shop finally revealed their faces. Daniel screamed. Emily stood in front. Her hair hung wet over her face. Her eyes were wide open, but empty. Behind her were Lucas and Mia. Their mouths were smiling. But their eyes were black. Not dark. Black. Like someone had turned off the lights inside them. "Where did you go?" Emily asked softly. Daniel shook his head violently. No, you're not." Lucas tilted his head. "You left us alone." Daniel felt his knees weaken. "I was gone for 5 minutes," he said. "I went to get help." Mia took a step forward. Her feet didn't touch the ground. "We weren't alone," she whispered. The shop light flickered. Daniel noticed something behind them. The shop. It wasn't a shop anymore. The walls looked burned. The windows were cracked. The sign was rusted and broken, like it had been abandoned for decades. "Emily," Daniel said slowly, "what happened while I was gone?" Emily smiled, but it wasn't her smile. "They came from the light," she said. Daniel felt cold spread through his body. "Door." They didn't laugh this time. Throughout the day, Ethan couldn't focus at work. That smile haunted him. That night, he noticed something new. Labubu's mouth looked slightly more open than before, as if it was learning how to smile, or worse, how to speak. At 3:17 a.m., Ethan woke up to a sound. A whisper. Soft. "Close." "Ethan." His heart nearly stopped. He reached for the lamp and turned it on. The shelf was empty. Labubu was gone. And that was the moment Ethan realized. He didn't bring the doll home. The doll brought itself. The house didn't feel the same anymore. Felt occupied. Ethan stood frozen in the bedroom, his hand still gripping the lamp switch. The shelf was empty. Labubu was gone. His heartbeat thudded in his ears as he scanned the room. The door was open. Slowly, he stepped into the hallway. The floor creaked beneath his feet, loud enough to feel like a mistake. The hallway stretched longer than usual. Dark. Silent. Ethan whispered, barely loud enough to hear himself. "Claire." No response. Then he saw it. At the far end of the hallway, a small shape, standing upright. Labubu. Its head tilted slightly to one side. Watching. Something was different. Ethan took a step closer. Then another. The doll's eyes looked wider now. Glossy. Almost alive. He reached out and grabbed it. Cold. Too cold. Like it had been sitting outside in the snow. The moment he touched it, he felt something strange. A sharp pressure in his chest. As if the air had suddenly grown heavier. He hurried back to the living room and placed Labubu on the shelf, facing the wall. "This isn't funny," he muttered. Her face was pale. "I heard footsteps," she said. Ethan didn't lie. He told her everything. The missing doll. The hallway. The way it felt. Claire hugged her knees. "We should get rid of it." Ethan nodded. "Tomorrow." Neither of them slept after that. The digital clock glowed red in the darkness. 3:17 a.m. Again. Claire was staring at the ceiling when she whispered, "Ethan, don't move." His body stiffened. "What?" "I can hear breathing. Slow. Bit." Not coming from either of them. From the corner of the room. Ethan turned his head. Very slowly, Labubu was standing in the corner. Not on the shelf. In the bedroom. His head was tilted upward now. Facing them. The smile wider than before. Neither of them screamed. They couldn't. The air felt thick, like trying to breathe underwater. Then the doll's mouth moved. Just a little. Enough to form a sound. Stay! Claire broke down crying. Ethan jumped out of bed and grabbed the doll. The moment he touched it, the lights went out. Complete darkness. Claire screamed. The lights flickered back on. The doll was back on the shelf. The bedroom door was closed. Locked. Claire collapsed into Ethan's arms. They didn't say a word. They didn't need to. Something was very, very wrong. Sunlight didn't help. The house still felt cold. Claire refused to go near the living room. Ethan noticed something that made his stomach twist. Tiny handprints. On the wall. Leading from the shelf to their bedroom. Ethan swallowed hard. The doll wasn't moving randomly. It knew the house. It knew them. And it was learning. That night wasn't the beginning. It was permission. Ethan stopped counting the hours. Time didn't feel real anymore inside the house. Morning light came through the windows, but it didn't bring warmth. It only revealed what the darkness had been hiding. Claire refused to look at the shelf. But Ethan couldn't stop. Every time he turned his head, Labubu's eyes seemed different. Not in position, in focus. As if the doll wasn't just facing them, it was tracking them. He tested it. He walked slowly to the kitchen, then back. The doll's head never moved. But the eyes, they were always on him. Ethan told himself he was imagining it. Stress, lack of sleep, that's what he repeated in his head. But Claire noticed it too. It watches when you're not looking, she whispered. Her voice cracked. I can feel it. Claire went into the bathroom that afternoon. Moments later, Ethan heard her scream. He ran. She was shaking, staring at the mirror. I saw it behind me, she gasped. What? In the reflection. Standing right behind me. Ethan turned around. Nothing. But when he looked back at the mirror, there were fingerprints. Small. Pressed from the inside. That night they covered Labubu with a cloth. They didn't want to see it. At 2:48 a.m., Ethan woke up. The cloth was gone. Labubu was uncovered. His head tilted higher now. Its eyes locked onto his. He felt it then. The certainty. This thing wasn't a toy. The whisper came again. But this time, it wasn't calling his name. It was copying Claire's voice. Ethan. He shook her awake. She was asleep. Breathing slow. Peaceful. The voice whispered again. Closer. Don't trust her. Ethan started losing time. He would stand in one room and suddenly find himself in another. Claire noticed scratches on his arms. He didn't remember getting them. That scared him more than the doll. In the storage room, Ethan found an old cardboard box. He didn't remember owning it. Inside were newspaper clippings, all yellowed, all talking about fires, house fires, families, dead. And in every photo, a small doll, Labubu. The dates spanned decades, different states, different families, same doll, same smile. Claire stared at the photos. It doesn't follow people, she whispered. People follow it. That night, Ethan sat alone in the living room. He stared at Labubu, unblinking. Minutes passed. Then, Labubu blinked. Just once. Ethan screamed. The doll didn't just watch. It remembered.